This is the summit of Pike Peak. We got up here, but it's cold and it's about 30 something degrees, so they have snow and it's foggy and we couldn't see anything here. Mình tới cái đỉnh núi của cái Pikes Peak rồi các bạn. Nhưng mà ngày hôm nay trời rất là lạnh, có tuyết nữa nè. Có tuyết nữa. Cho nên là mình không thấy được cái cảnh ở dưới núi. Sương mù dày đặc nè ha. Sương mù dày đặc mình không thấy gì hết. Sit ra chị.
Sun Mountain. The name given centuries ago by the Ute people to a peak first touched by dawn's light. The Arapaho call it tuyê, or the Long Mountain. To the Pawnee, it is Das Pei, mountain that touches the sky. It would also be called Sierra al Madre, mountain of red ochre, and El Capitan, the leader. Today, most know it as Pikes Peak. From the grassy meadows of its foothills, up to the pines, firs, and aspens of the montane zone, the evergreens of the subalpine zone, to the summit's alpine grasses and lichens, the natural beauty of Pikes Peak has lured visitors for generations. But beauty can be deceiving. The mountain is also harsh, unforgiving, and dangerous. Pikes Peak's rugged landscape has been forged over millions of years. Tectonic plates scraping against one another deep beneath the Earth's crust compress the land upwards, creating the Rocky Mountains. Friction and molten magma forced granite to the surface. Erosion from ice, wind, rain, and snow shaped its contours and continues to transform the mountain today. For centuries, indigenous people have lived here, tracing their very creation to the mountain's summit. European explorers and new American settlers also set their sights on the sacred mountain. Some, like explorer Zebulon Pike, were enticed by the challenge of reaching its summit. Others were lured by the prospect of riches or the promise of a new home. For many, the Great Mountain was the first thing they saw when crossing into the Colorado Territory at the end of a long and arduous journey. When the first road was constructed in 1887, a carriage could climb the 19 miles of steep curves to the summit for $1. By 1891, riders could sit back and enjoy the trip to the top on the Cog Railroad. In 1892, U.S. Congress established the Pikes Peak Timber Reserve, which to this day continues as part of the National Forest System. In 1921, Fred Barr began construction of the 13-mile-long trail from Manitou Springs to the summit. The following year, Barr became one of the original Frozen Five, creators of the Adamant Club, and so began the annual tradition of climbing to the top of Pikes Peak to ring in the new year with an impressive display of fireworks. It wasn't the only annual event to take root. In 1916, entrepreneur Spencer Penrose constructed the Pikes Peak Highway, following the path of the original carriage road, and a new kind of thrill-seeker arrived. At the annual Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, drivers from around the world navigate the 156 turns in a race to the top. In 1956, Pikes Peak became host to an annual ascent and marathon on the Bar Trail, and bicyclists joined the fun in 2010 with the first Pikes Peak cycling hill climb on the Pikes Peak Highway. However you reach its summit, Pikes Peak offers something for each of the 500,000 people who visit every year. Pristine forests, clear waters, and rocky trails. The mountain's allure has withstood the test of time, but we must each do our part to ensure its future. So as the world changes around it, Pikes Peak remains rugged and majestic, truly America's mountain.
Các bạn, hôm nay mình hên quá, mình lên cái Pikes Peak này Summit, mình được cái ngày ở trời lạnh, đang có tuyết nè các bạn. Wow, tuyết đỏ quá, mình chơi nha. Mình làm nha. Ở đây á hả? Ở đây đẹp hơn nè, chị chụp ngay đây đẹp nè. No snow, snow. Gonna lay on us now. Rồi, stop. Ngưng quá. Today is August 22nd. We're on the summit of the Pikes Peak, and up here it's kind of cold. It's about maybe 40 degrees or so, or maybe below. I didn't see the weather exactly, but up here it's foggy and snow and it's cold, so it's I couldn't see anything below this mountain. You see, couldn't see anything. let, let me get out to the edge of the mountain and show you that barely see nothing down there. Nothing. Các bạn, mình đi ra cái đồi ở ngoài này để các bạn xem ở dưới, nhưng mà vì sương mù đặc quá, mình không thấy gì hết các bạn ơi, không thấy gì hết đó, không thấy gì hết á. Bên đây có cục mây trắng trắng mà vẫn không thấy gì hết. Ok. Nếu mà không có cảnh sương mù thì đây là cái cảnh mình có thể mình nhìn xuống cái núi như vậy nè. If we didn't have a bad weather today, this is how you can see the scenery from that edge of the mountain. But since today it's so foggy, we couldn't see anything. And currently it's snowing. It's dripping here right now. Snow falling right now. The rain and the snow falling. So we better get back inside. Hiện giờ tuyết đang rơi các bạn, đang rơi chút chút, giống như mưa đá vậy đó, nên mình đi vô trong nhà nha, mình đi vô. So I'm gonna heading back because the weather kind of raining and drizzling. It's nice to see the snow sometimes because Texas doesn't have lots of snow. Texas is normally cold, but snow up here, cold, can't see nothing. Lâu lâu thấy tuyết thì rất là thích, các bạn thích chơi tuyết lắm, nhưng mà có tuyết thì nó lại lạnh. Hiện giờ đang mưa. Và đây là cái bảng, cái bảng nó nói về cái độ cao của cái đỉnh núi này. So this is Pikes Peak Summit. Can't see anything out there, huh?
No.
It's horrible. Did you see any summit sign beside that sign over there?
We were looking for it.
Oh, I was looking for the wooden sign.
Yeah. I think there might be one down, like when you get off the train, there's another way.
Oh, right, went down there. No, I used to come here a couple years ago, and the sign is like up here with the wooden sign. So nice. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Well,
Bummer.
yeah. Sau mình nói chuyện với hai người khách Mỹ đó các bạn, thì hồi xưa ở đây nó có cái bảng mà nó để cái chiều cao của cái núi này bằng gỗ rất là đẹp, nhưng mà chắc khoảng hơn 5 năm rồi mình mới trở lại đây thì cái bảng đó dường như là họ đã lấy xuống rồi. Họ làm cái bảng mới hồi nãy đó, đen thùi lùi á, chẳng có cái gì hết đó. So this is the look down of the summit. Can't see nothing. Đó, đây là cái núi nha các bạn. Mình đang nhìn xuống cái núi đó. Đáng lẽ là nếu mà mùa hè hoặc là một ngày đẹp trời á, thì mình sẽ thấy được những cái cảnh ở phía dưới của cái núi này. Nhưng mà hiện giờ chẳng thấy gì hết. Yeah, can't see anything down below the mountain. If we come here on a nice day, on a summer nice day, we can see a lot. But for now, that's it. That's all we can see down there. That's all. So this is Mr. Grant. He's
I'm Ranger 66 up here on Pikes Peak, and we have a little bit of a cloudy afternoon. We're kind of transitioning into a fall/winter already on the summit, even though it is only August. Pikes Peak sits at about 14,115 feet above sea level, second highest paved road in the country, behind Mount Evans, which is just over there somewhere. I can't see it today, unfortunately, but still wonderful drive. Fun conditions. Could be a lot chillier, could be a lot windier up here, and we're happy to have you.
Yeah, but so what's the weather like up here? This is August, and why it's snow and raining, and does it look like this?
Yeah, so summer up on the alpine tundra really only lasts for maybe 4 to 5 weeks, 6 in a good season. It is not uncommon for fall and winter to transition really quickly. With how high up we are, any sort of wind that moves through it pushes the cold air up towards the top of the mountain, and it just condenses up here as fog, as clouds. So it's pretty regular to have this kind of weather. You'll see a lot of afternoon thunderstorms, that sort of a thing. We don't have any big bodies of water to actually regulate the weather here, so it's very variable, very unpredictable. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong, essentially, over the course of the year.
So the weather can change any minute. Any minute.
Absolutely. That's why I got a plow on my truck today, just in case roads get a little bit too slick, too icy. Try to mitigate that, get people up here the best as we can.
Okay. So does the train go up here during the winter time?
Yeah, the train actually runs up a little bit more regularly than we do, just because it's a harder drive with the snow. You'll see drifts well over 10 feet on a really bad day. But the train runs on a cog system, so it's a little bit easier to get up to the top. When we transition into those winter months, when it's truly icy and cold up here, the people that work in the building, they'll come up on the first train and help with that, as long as we're not snowed in.
So the tours going up to the summit is year round.
It's year round. It's always weather dependent. Lightning and high wind are really the main concerns.
Okay.
Not uncommon to see winds gusting up to 70 to 100 miles an hour up here, which is hurricane level stuff. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I came here a couple years ago during May, and it's so beautiful up here in May.
Yeah.
And this is only August, and look at it. We have snow and cold. And
I still like to think it's beautiful. It's its own little world up here.
Right.
I feel like you're on an alien planet.
Right.
unfortunately can't look out and see the Continental Divide or even the Sangre de Cristos or Colorado Springs for that matter. But you get your own little winter wonderland up here in August, which is cool.
Okay, so you mentioned the Continental Divide. Can you talk about the Continental Divide here?
Yeah, sure. I do got to get going in a couple of minutes. So I can take one or two more questions. But basically, out west, there's a Continental Divide. It's a watershed. What a watershed is it basically divides where the water or the snowmelt goes for the country. So everything that is on the east side of the Continental Divide, including Pikes Peak, it's going to end up in the Atlantic Ocean, all of the water that runs off. Everything west of the Continental Divide, that is all going to run off into the Pacific Ocean. So all the snow that you're seeing, all the graupel that's coming down, is actually going to melt at some point. Doesn't seem like it now. Flow down the mountain into the Arkansas River, which goes into the Mississippi River, which eventually into the Gulf of Mexico and makes its way to the Atlantic Ocean. So all of this is going to be on the Atlantic Ocean. Now, if you were on the western side of the Continental Divide, say, you know, California, Utah, Idaho, that sort of area, all the water on those mountains, all the snow on those mountains drifts off into the Pacific somehow. Different river systems, obviously, but it's just kind of cool that all of this water is going to get recycled and used in some different way.
Okay, one more question before I let you go.
Absolutely.
Is this the site where you can see the 3 different states?
You can see 6 different states.
From here?
If you're lucky.
Okay.
Colorado being one of them. Then you got Wyoming, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and New Mexico.
Right at this point?
Not exactly at this point, just
but
at the
up
summit.
Here,
yep.
At the summit.
Up on the summit, you can see 6 different states. Right now we have less than a mile of visibility, but on a good day you can see out maybe 150, 200 miles plus.
All right, thank you.
Pleasure talking with
you.
You have a great day.
You too, thank you.
Is that okay?
Yes, you're great, Thank you very much.
All right, I gotta keep patrolling though. You have a great day.
All right, thank
Stay
you,
warm
sir.
out here.
Thank you. Cũng sắp tới giờ mình trở lại xe lửa để mà mình xuống núi rồi các bạn. So it's almost time that we have to head back to the train to get down. So thank you everybody for watching. Rồi, cảm ơn các bạn đã cùng mình tham quan Pikes Peak hôm nay nha các bạn. Đến giờ mình đến xe lửa mình đi xuống rồi. Các bạn cảm ơn các bạn đã cùng mình tham quan cái Pikes Peak hôm nay và cũng đến là giờ xuống xe để mà đi xuống dưới núi rồi các bạn nha. Đó. Xe lửa bắt đầu thổi còi để mà kêu gọi các du khách đến xe lửa để chuẩn bị về dưới núi rồi. Cảm ơn các bạn nhiều. So the train is already honking the horn to get all the tourists get back to the train to get down the mountain. So thank you for watching.